What's going on, everybody? Sports Player 2.0 Daniel here. And guys, we went 1-4 in the NHL, 4-5 in the NBA, and 7-8 in the MLB. So we had a horrible day in the NHL. We only had one right out of 5, which is really bad. We went one game under 500 in the NBA, which is not good either. And then we went one game under 500 in the MLB. Not good either. So we had a terrible day today. We have to rebound big time in all the sports. So let's go. Let's move on to tomorrow's games. The Penguins are going to New York to face the Rangers. The Penguins come in at 24-13-2, and the Rangers come in at 18-15-5. The last game these two teams played last time, and the New York Rangers won by a final score of 8-4. The likely starters for this game is Tristan Jarry for the Pittsburgh Penguins and Igor Shesterkin for the New York Rangers. And the New York Rangers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Rangers to win this game at home. Next up, we have the New Jersey Devils going to Buffalo to face the Sabres. The Devils come in at 13-18-6, and the Sabres come in at 9-23-6. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Buffalo Sabres won 5-3. The Buffalo Sabres right now are on a hot streak, guys. I'm not kidding. They have like 8 points in their last 5 games, so that's really good for the Sabres. They're back on track. And the likely starters for this game is Mackenzie Blackwood for the New Jersey Devils and Linus Ullmark for the Buffalo Sabres. And the New Jersey Devils are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Sabres to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Philadelphia Flyers going to New York to face the Islanders. The Flyers come in at 18-15-5, and the Islanders come in at 25-10-4. The last game for the Philadelphia Flyers, they lost 4-2 versus the Boston Bruins, and for the New York Islanders, they won 1-0 versus the Washington Capitals. And the likely starters for this game is Brian Elliott for the Philadelphia Flyers and Semyon Varlamov for the New York Islanders. And the New York Islanders are a favorite in this one. Give me the Islanders to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Boston Bruins going to Washington to face the Capitals. The Bruins come in at 20-10-6, and the Capitals come in at 25-10-4. The last game, these two teams, the Boston Bruins won 4-2 versus the Philadelphia Flyers, and for the Washington Capitals, they lost 1-0 versus the New York Islanders. And the likely starters for this game is Yaroslav Halak for the Boston Bruins and Vitek Vanacek for the Washington Capitals. And the Washington Capitals are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Bruins to win this game on the road in Washington. Next up, we have the Florida Panthers going to Carolina to face the Hurricanes. The Panthers come in at 26-10-4, and the Hurricanes come in at 26-9-3. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Carolina Hurricanes won 5-2. The likely starters for this game is Sergei Bobrovsky for the Florida Panthers and Peter Mrazek for the Carolina Hurricanes. And the Carolina Hurricanes are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Panthers to win this game on the road in Carolina. Next up, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning going to Columbus to face the Blue Jackets. The Lightning come in at 26-11-2, and the Blue Jackets come in at 15-18-8. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Columbus Blue Jackets won 4-2, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are on a rough streak right now. I don't know what's going on with them. The likely starters for this game is Andrei Vasilevsky for the Tampa Bay Lightning and Jonas Korpisalo for the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the Tampa Bay Lightning are a favorite in this one. Give me the Lightning to win this game on the road in Columbus. Next up, we have the Winnipeg Jets going to Montreal to face the Canadiens. The Jets come in at 23-13-3, and the Canadiens come in at 17-10-9. The last game for the Winnipeg Jets, they won 4-3 versus the Ottawa Senators, and for the Montreal Canadiens, they lost 3-2 versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the likely starters for this game is Connor Hellebuyck for the Winnipeg Jets and Carey Price for the Montreal Canadiens. And the Montreal Canadiens are a favorite in this one. Give me the Canadiens to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Edmonton Oilers going to Ottawa to face the Senators. The Oilers come in at 24-14-2, and the Senators come in at 13-23-4. The last game these two teams played today, and the Edmonton Oilers won 4-2. The likely starters for this game is Mike Smith for the Edmonton Oilers and Matt Murray for the Ottawa Senators. And I don't know who's favorite in this one, but give me the Oilers to win this game on the road in Ottawa. Next up, we have the Nashville Predators going to Detroit to face the Red Wings. The Predators come in at 21-18-1. And the Red Wings come in at 13-22-6. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Nashville Predators won 3-2 in a shootout. It ended in a shootout by a final score of 3-2. The Nashville Predators won. And the likely starters for this game is UC Saros for the Nashville Predators and Thomas Greiss for the Detroit Red Wings. And the Nashville Predators are a favorite in this one. Give me the Predators to win this game on the road in Detroit. Next up, we have the Dallas Stars going to Chicago to face the Blackhawks. The Stars come in at 13-14-10, and the Blackhawks come in at 18-17-5. The last game these two teams played last time, and the Chicago Blackhawks won 4-2. The likely starters for this game is Anton Khudobin for the Dallas Stars and Kevin Lankinen for the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Dallas Stars are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Blackhawks to win this game at home. And that does it for the NHL. Let's move on to the NBA. The Lakers are going to Miami to face the Heat. The Lakers come in at 32-19, and the Heat come in at 26-25, and the Miami Heat are an 8.5-point favorite in this one. Give me the Heat in a money line, but give me the Lakers plus 8.5. I think this game will be closer than 8.5, so give me the Heat in a money line, but give me the Lakers plus 8.5. Next up, we have the Chicago Bulls going to Tampa Bay to face the Raptors. The Bulls come in at 21-28, and the Raptors come in at 20-31. I'm going to go with the Bulls here. Give me the Bulls to win this game on the road in Tampa Bay. Next up, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers going to Oklahoma City to face the Thunder. The Cavaliers come in at 18-32. And the Thunder come in at 20-31, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are a 3-point favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Thunder to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks going to Dallas to face the Mavericks. The Bucks come in at 32-18. And the Mavericks come in at 28-22. I'm going to go with the Bucks here. Give me the Bucks to win this game on the road in Dallas. Next up, we have the Portland Trailblazers going to Utah to face the Jazz. The Trailblazers come in at 30-20, and the Jazz come in at 38-13. This is a really good game right here, and the Utah Jazz are a 7-point favorite in this one. Give me the Jazz to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Phoenix Suns going to Los Angeles to face the Clippers. The Suns come in at 36-14, and the Clippers come in at 34-18. Another good game right here, and the LA Clippers are a 5-point favorite in this one. Give me the Clippers to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Detroit Pistons going to Sacramento to face the Kings. The Pistons come in at 15-36, and the Kings come in at 22-29. I'm going to go with the home team here. Give me the Kings to win this game at home. And that does it for the NBA. Let's move on to the MLB. The Marlins are going to New York to face the Mets. The Marlins come in at 1-5, and the Mets come in at 1-2. The Miami Marlins, their last series, they got swept by the Cardinals. They lost all 3 games to the Cardinals. They got swept by them. And for the New York Mets, they won 1 out of the 3 against the Phillies, so not the best for the Mets. Their bullpen is a struggle, I am telling you that. Their bullpen is atrocious. The New York Mets lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Phillies, and the pitching matchup for this game is undecided for the Miami Marlins, but we do know that Taijuan Walker for the New York Mets is pitching, so yeah, there's a pitcher for the New York Mets, but the Miami Marlins are undecided on who they're going to start tomorrow. And the over-under for this game is not available. I am going to go with the New York Mets to win this game at home. Next up, we have the Chicago Cubs going to Pittsburgh to face the Pirates. The Cubs come in at 3-3, and the Pirates come in at 1-5. The Chicago Cubs lost their series to the Brewers. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Brewers, which means they won 1 out of the 3. And for the Pittsburgh Pirates, they got swept by the Cincinnati Reds. Yep, the Pirates got swept by the Cincinnati Reds. And the pitching matchup for this game is Jake Arrieta for the Chicago Cubs and Tyler Anderson for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the Chicago Cubs are a favorite in this one. Give me the Cubs to win this game on the road in Pittsburgh, and give me the under 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Boston Red Sox going to Baltimore to face the Orioles. The Red Sox come in at 3-3, and the Orioles come in at 4-2. The Boston Red Sox swept the Tampa Bay Rays. They won all 3 games against the Rays. And for the Baltimore Orioles, they lost their series to the Yankees. They only took 1 out of the 3 games against the Yankees. They won the last game of the series. And the pitching matchup for this game is Eduardo Rodriguez for the Boston Red Sox and Matt Harvey for the Baltimore Orioles. And the Boston Red Sox are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Orioles to win this game at home, and give me the over 9.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks going to Colorado to face the Rockies. The Diamondbacks come in at 2-4, and the Rockies come in at 2-4. Game 1 of this series was won by the Arizona Diamondbacks by a final score of 10-8 in 13 innings. Game 2 was won by the Colorado Rockies by a final score of 8-0. So whoever wins this game wins the series. And the pitching matchup for this game is Merrill Kelly for the Arizona Diamondbacks and John Gray for the Colorado Rockies. And the Colorado Rockies are a favorite in this one. Give me the Rockies to win this game at home, and give me the under 11 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Kansas City Royals going to Chicago to face the White Sox. The Royals come in at 3-2, and the White Sox come in at 3-4. For the Kansas City Royals, they tied their 2-game series against the Indians. They split with the Indians. They both of them won 1 game. So the Kansas City Royals split their series against the Indians 1-1. And for the Chicago White Sox, they won 2 out of the 3 games against the Mariners. They lost their final game against the Mariners today. And the pitching matchup for this game is Brad Keller for the Kansas City Royals and Lance Lynn for the Chicago White Sox. And the Chicago White Sox are a favorite in this one. Give me the White Sox to win this game at home, and give me the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Seattle Mariners going to Minnesota to face the Twins. The Mariners come in at 3-3. And the Twins come in at 4-2. The Seattle Mariners lost their series against the White Sox. They won the final game of the series, but they did lose 2-1. They lost 2 out of the 3 games. So that means they only won 1, the last game of the series. And for the Minnesota Twins, they won 2 out of the 3 games against the Tigers. Yep, they did. The pitching matchup for this game is Marco Gonzalez for the Seattle Mariners and Jose Berrios for the Minnesota Twins. And the Minnesota Twins are a favorite in this one. Give me the Twins to win this game at home, and give me the over 8 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Milwaukee Brewers going to St. Louis to face the Cardinals. The Brewers come in at 3-3, and the Cardinals come in at 4-2. This is a really good series right here. And for the Brewers, they won 2 out of the 3 games against the Cubs. And for the St. Louis Cardinals, they swept the Miami Marlins. They won every single game against the Miami Marlins. And the pitching matchup for this game is Corbin Burns for the Milwaukee Brewers and Adam Wainwright for the St. Louis Cardinals. And the Milwaukee Brewers are a favorite in this one. Give me the Brewers to win this game on the road in St. Louis. And give me the under 7.5 runs in that game. Next up, we have the Los Angeles Angels going to Tampa Bay to face the Blue Jays. The Angels come in at 4-2. And the Blue Jays come in at 3-3. For the Los Angeles Angels, they tied their series against the Astros. They split 1-1. They split the 2-game series against the Astros. And for the Toronto Blue Jays, they lost their series against the Rangers. They lost 2 out of the 3 games against the Rangers. And the pitching matchup for this game is Griffin Canning for the Los Angeles Angels and Ross Stripling for the Toronto Blue Jays. And the Toronto Blue Jays are a favorite in this one, but give me upset. Give me the Angels to win this game on the road in Tampa Bay, and give me the under 10 runs in that game. And the final match for the day, we have the Oakland Athletics going to Houston to face the Astros. The Athletics come in at 1-6, and the Astros come in at 5-1. For the Oakland Athletics, they lost their series against the Dodgers. They won 1 out of the 3 games, so they lost 2 out of the 3 games. And for the Houston Astros, like I mentioned, they tied with the Angels. They split the 2-game series against the Angels. And the pitching matchup for this game is Cole Irvin for the Oakland Athletics and Christian Javier for the Houston Astros. And the Houston Astros are a favorite in this one. Give me the Astros to win this game at home, and give me the over 9.5 runs in that game. And that does it for today's picks for tomorrow's games. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please hit me the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.